In this video, I'm going to show you how to record audio directly into your timeline in DaVinci Resolve. The footage I'm using today is an extract from a commercial I need to record Foley for the handling of the product. I have all my equipment set up. Here's my microphone, an Audio-Technica 4053B, and it's connecting to my computer through a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, and I have my product right here ready to record with. To record audio in Resolve, you need to be on the Fairlight page. We need a new audio track for our Foley to sit in. As I'm only recording a mono signal, I'll create a mono track and name it SFX. Now we need to patch this microphone into the track we've just created. You can do this under the Fairlight menu or the input menu on the channel strip. The easiest way to access the patch controls for our new sound effect track is to open the mixer, mine's already open, and find the correct track. That's going to be A2. Open the input menu and select input. On the left, source is showing me all the inputs I have connected to my computer. This drop-down is pretty extensive. Of course, it features audio inputs. Those are the actual physical inputs on my audio interface. It also features virtual inputs like oscillators and beat generators, or you can even route the output of a particular track or perhaps even your entire mix back into Fairlight as though they were an input. We don't need any of that. I just want to use this microphone. So let's go back to source and select audio inputs. As the interface I'm working with has two inputs, there's two listed here. I have my microphone connected to the first. So I'll select the first input. Over in the destination options, you can see that SFX track is already selected as a destination. So click Patch. Before digital mixers, patching involved running a physical cable from one connection to the other. Imagine a telephone operator connecting your call in the early 20th century. We've just digitally patched this microphone to the SFX channel. Now that we've done that, I can close this window. There's a couple more things to do before I record. I'll mute the music track. I'm not using headphones and I don't want that bleeding through into my recording. I also need to mute the SFX track, otherwise my microphone will play through my speakers as I record. When you hear your microphone coming back through your speakers or your headphones, that's called monitoring. You can manually mute the track so you don't hear it, or even better, go to the Fairlight menu and go down to Input Monitor Style. Here, there's 5 monitoring options you can choose from. I'll select Mute, so now by default, I won't hear my microphone coming through the speakers while recording. I'll check my recording levels and adjust them as necessary on the interface. Now I can arm the SFX track for recording, position my playhead, and when I'm ready, hit record. It's not critical that I get my timing perfect. I even did a couple of extra takes. Now I can choose my favorite and position it in the timeline where the sound effects are needed. Hopefully that's enough information for you to get started with your own recordings, but I won't have you watch me record the rest of the Foley for the video. There's a couple of extra settings that you should be aware of. First, where are your audio recordings being stored? Let me find the clips I just recorded. Go to your media pool, right-click on your sound effect, and select Reveal in Finder. This is where they get stored. Of course, you can move these clips to any folder that you want them organized in. You will need to relink them though. So maybe the better question to ask is, can you determine where your audio recordings get saved? Head to Project Settings, Capture and Playback, and you can change this field, Save Clips to. This will change the default of where your audio recordings get stored. Finally, what if your audio interface isn't showing up in the patch window? This might happen if you have 2 audio connections connected to your computer. For example, besides my Focusrite, I also have my Mac's microphone, but we never saw my Mac's microphone come up in the patch window. That's because it only displays one input at a time. To adjust which input appears, this time go to your System Preferences and select the Video and Audio I/O tab. The Input Device dropdown will allow you to select which interface Fairlight uses. When Use System Settings is selected, it will use whichever one you have selected in your OS. The techniques described in this video will be great for either recording dialogue or Foley. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, and if you have any specific topics you'd like to see covered, please leave them in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified for future training videos. Thanks for watching.